Now, I brought about 150 senior management groups for 4 days here to the Timbavati, where we often use tracking as a metaphor for life and business. Now, initially, we focus on the 5 principles of tracking as a metaphor for life and business. And these principles, when I share it, will stimulate you to start thinking of your own life in the context of business. Now, maybe I should interrupt myself and share with you what I came to believe, and that is that the first and the most fundamental building block of running a great business is to look after yourself first. To take responsibility for the being that you are, physically, emotionally, intellectually, socially, and spiritually. That's the starting point. Also of a great team, and then ultimately a great business. In all our on-track advances, we understood this principle. And often, when people go home and they should share the highlight of their experience, it has become something very personal. Now, for me, that is fine, because of my belief that if you are not on track with your personal life as a leader, there is no trail for others to follow either. So I guess to be authentic in who you are has become the key building block for any relationship. Now, the principles are very simple and basic. The first one is to stand square on the track. This deals with a fundamental belief that it is indeed possible to be on track with both life and business, and that is possible still in this lifetime. The second is to look up and to see as far as you can see. Now, that tension between knowing and then going towards what is still to come, that is scary. But you were created for this, and come to think of it, this is the only way to create momentum in the journey of life. The third is not to let your eyes wander, but keep your focus. Many things will get us to lose our focus. And I can recall from survival in the African wilderness here, that things like guilt and anger and then our fears, they are all getting us to lose focus. The fear of uncertainty. What if I make a mistake? The fourth is to follow the obvious route, and it is there right in front of you. This is where you become aware of the lessons of life. Lessons that are in your face all the time, whilst you intuitively know what is the obvious right thing to do. The fifth principle is to stop and reflect and kick back with alternatives when you've lost it. Why? Because you can, and you can be good at this. This has got to do with the discipline and the courage that you need to apply. Stop, reflect, and then kick back. Now, as we work through these principles as a metaphor, we more and more become aware that embedded in all of them is the mystery of your intuitive gut. I guess your gut is the culmination of all your life experiences, all your intacit knowledge, the connection with the spiritual intelligence, where you are willing to explore the unknown that is still to come. And if you don't find this balance between what you know, what is certain, and the uncertainties of what is still to come, guess what? You will never experience what it means to be a complete human being. You will always be scared, driven by fear, too afraid to make a mistake. Always wonder and play in the what if zone or the I should have zone. And you will never know until you made the choice to trust your instinct and your intuition more. We were created for this tension, this uncertain space. And I guess one of the key factors to get in touch with our intuition is to understand then the importance of rest combined with a sense of calmness, where you give yourself space to clear your mind, almost in a state of emptiness, and then listen to your inner voice and the messages that comes from it. That is why we use nature as an opportunity to mediate, to reflect, and to find the rhythm of the music, of what it means to connect with something bigger than yourself. It is in this state that you learn to let go of the need to know everything. It is also in this state that you may leap into the unknown and discover what is still to come. I guess it is only until you take action on this intuitive message that you can work its magic in your life. as it will lead you in new directions and open a door that you might not have opened otherwise. Never. It has got a lot to do with trusting your inner self. And it is only in the art of tracking, I think, that you can experience all of this into one. As much as the tracker wants to focus on the smallest of detail, a step-by-step process of confirmation and knowing, well, there's another zone that he needs to integrate that involves all his senses flowing into one. This is when he starts to smell the presence of the buffalo, the scent of the elephant, or hear the bark of the impala, or the laughter of the babblers, where he feels the direction of the wind changes as it blows onto his skin, where his gut tells him there is something fundamentally wrong here. Now this then becomes the master tracker, the one who can integrate all of his senses into one, knowing that most of his success is not only through his ability to analyze, but more so his ability to integrate and to trust what is already there. And for that, you need to clear your mind first. Learn to accept things just for what it is. Be in the moment, be the ultimate human being, one that can take up his space through presence, to be in the moment and integrate the gift of all his senses. Now that is what the master tracker is all about, to be able to trust your intuitive gut. And the more you do that, the more successful you will become.